All right, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel and another grocery tips and tricks video for you this week. And I'm losing all my papers. Give me 1 second. There we go. It's not even windy out here, but it just happened to catch it just right. So I'm gonna stick that over there so it doesn't blow away again. All right, so this week I'm coming back at you with 10 more tips and tricks to save you money on your groceries in 2023 and 2024 moving forward. We learn new tricks all the time and it just helps us down the road. So with that being said, sorry, I'm kind of trying to tuck this into the edge of the table, but it's not really working. That's okay. My son has Hot Wheels on the table. We'll use that to hold it down. So with that being said, next week's video is going to pair off of this week's video, and I will tell you about that here in just a little bit. So I've come up with 10 more tips and tricks for you to help you save money in the grocery store. So number 1 is make your own seasoning mixes in bulk. So this is something that I've never done. Okay, I'm gonna be flat out honest with you. I've never done this. I've always bought packets, or I'll go to Sam's and buy the big container of the mix. I've never made my own spice mixes. However, it is relatively simple. I actually have a gift card right now to Target that I have decided I'm going to use to buy. I came up with 8 spice mixes that I want to make for using fall and winter, and I'm going to make my own spice mixes, my own seasoning mixes. And I'm going to label each mason jar with what's in it and how much you need to use that replaces like the standard packet of seasoning mix you would get at the store. So if that is something you're interested in learning more about, you will want to tune in to next week's tips and tricks video, because I am going to walk you through step by step as I make the 8 different seasoning mixes, and we will, I'll show you what I'm making, and I'll show you how I'm labeling the jars and everything. And so that could be a really big win. A lot of these ingredients are fairly inexpensive, and you're making them in bulk, so you're going to have a lot to last you a long time. So I'm excited about this one. This is kind of a new journey for myself, and so I thought I would bring you guys along. But so number 1, make your own seasoning mixes in bulk and then utilize those in your cooking. So again, if that interests you, stay tuned for next week's video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on the little notification bell. That way you don't miss that video. So number 2, learn how to can food so that you can buy items in bulk when they're on sale and preserve them for later use. Again, I don't can, okay? It's not something. I bought a pressure canner. I'm researching. I'm in a research phase with that. I have not got ready to do it yet. I bought one at an auction so that I can do that. My mother cans. She enjoys that. And so I'm hoping now that she's moved back that she will kind of pass that skill on to me. She'll teach me how to do that. And so I'm excited about that moving forward. So, just something to think about. If you find a pressure canner at a garage sale, if cause you can, like I said, I bought mine at an auction site. It was fairly cheap, and it's an older one, and it's really big, and it's got all of its pieces. So I can do a lot of canning with that. And I'm excited about, moving more into that as well. Not there yet, but that's what I'm working on. So these first 2 were kind of giving you a glimpse into things you might see coming on this channel. You're definitely going to see the seasoning mixes. I'm not sure when you'll start seeing the pressure canning stuff, but I will bring you along when it's time to start those videos. So again, if that's something that interests you, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because those videos will be coming out. I just can't promise you when yet. So number 3, stop buying pre-packaged items. In this day and age, it is time where we stop doing that. We need to buy a larger size pack and then individual pack it ourselves. So what I do is I watch for Amazon Prime Day sales for like the Amazon Prime prices on the little individual snack baggies, okay? And I buy them in bulk. And so I will buy a big, huge bag of chips. I'll buy a big, huge bag of popcorn, Goldfish, whatever the case may be, and pack it down into those individual size bags. It saves a ton of money, a ton of money. Now, you can even go one step further. I have not done this because I'm just now probably halfway through the bags I bought last year at Amazon Prime Day. You could go to the reusable bags. I have seen these in a lot of stores, and I've thought about it, and I'm going to continue to think about it, and I'll tell you why. My kids both are on the autism spectrum. both have ADD, not really the best at paying attention to every little thing you tell them. Not the best at always bringing things home that they take to school with them. My daughter took one of my nicer Tupperware containers to school last week with beef stroganoff in it because they can reheat food in the microwave in the band hall. Haven't seen it since. Could be in her backpack. I need to ask her when she gets home today, but honestly, it probably did not come back. It probably went in the trash. So I have to be really careful with what I buy and send off that I want to be brought back home. So for right now, the baggies work best for us. I will consider making the change to the reusable bags when we run out of baggies again. That one's to be determined, because I know that's another cost I could cut out, but honestly, I'm only spending it once a year. So I don't know. We'll see. I feel like I would be buying reusable bags frequently with my kids. I know my kids. So number 4, use bouillon or bouillon cubes versus pre-made chicken or beef broth, or better yet, make your own beef and chicken broth. Once I get into canning, I 100% plan to make my own beef broth and my own chicken broth. The times when I buy them in cans are when I find amazing deals at Kroger. So you've seen me bring them home 4 for $1. That's when I buy it at Kroger. However, if I can't find it 4 for $1, I do keep a big container from Sam's of beef bouillon cubes and chicken bouillon cubes. So that is my go-to in that case. And so it is a lot cheaper. So unless you can find those deals like I did where it's 4 for $1, you really have to be watching for those type of things, by the way. Those are not advertised sales. When they have stuff like that, it's because they're overstocked and it's like a manager special and they're pushing it out the door, but they're not going to advertise that. So you do have to kind of walk your stores occasionally to find those deals. But it is way cheaper. And then of course the cheapest option is going to be to make your own and to can it. I can't show you how to do that yet. I haven't learned how to can yet, but I am excited. That is one of the main first things I would like to do, because I cook a lot of chicken in the Instapot and it creates broth and I'm literally just pouring it down the drain because I don't have a way to preserve it. So number 5 is stock up on your staples when the sales hit around the holidays. Okay, this video is pretty timely because we're going into Thanksgiving, we're going into Christmas, okay? There's going to be great deals coming your way. So the example I'm going to use is from the sales cycle this week at Kroger. As long as you buy 6 or more, Green Giant vegetables are 49 cents a can. That is an amazing price in 2023. And so I absolutely am going to stock up on those. Now, I've already got my corn. I did a delivery order because I had a really large discount by doing a delivery order. I got 20 cans of corn because I thought I'll probably use between Thanksgiving and Christmas easily 6 to 8 cans between corn casserole, sending dishes to work parties, all that kind of stuff. I'll probably use around 8 cans. So I bought 20, that gives me 12 cans left. We probably use 1 can of corn a week, tops. It'll last me a little while. My thought behind that was, even if they're dated the end of 2024, I know I've got plenty of time to use all of that corn. Now, it was delivered and they are dated 2025. So I probably could have easily doubled that order. I probably could have got 40 cans of corn and been just fine. But that's okay. I would rather order an amount that I know I'm going to use than order way too many and not use them. So 20 cans for like $9.80, I think. Amazing deal. Now, only the corn was available in my area for delivery, and it wasn't available in store. My actual physical Kroger does not stock Green Giant canned vegetables. So the only way I could get it was by doing a delivery order, which I was going to do anyways because they gave me the big fat coupon to use. So that worked out okay. I was able to get the corn. However, the green beans and the creamed corn were not available in my area. And so what I ended up doing was searching, okay, is it available where I could have it delivered to my mom's house? Nope, not available. Okay, cool. And then I thought, oh, I should check and see if I could have it delivered to work. And so I checked my work address, and still wasn't able to get peas, which is fine, but I was able to get cream corn. I only ordered 10 cans of that. That's exclusively used for corn casserole. That is plenty. That'll give me Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, anytime that I want to make it. Plenty of cream corn. I did get 20 cans of the green beans, again, because I'm not sure what the dates will be when they arrive. But I'm having those delivered to my work on Monday. And it was a whole thing dealing with Kroger about trying to have it delivered to my work instead of my house and all of that. But we got it all worked out. It just took a phone call to Kroger customer service, and they managed to work it out just fine. But when you find amazing deals like that, don't be afraid to think about, okay, for the next 6 months, the next year, how many of those canned goods can I use and stock up on them? Because I mean, like your cheapest ones anymore are anywhere from 89 cents to like $1.49, depending on what store you go to. So 49 cents, that is a stock up. That's a win. Okay, so number 6, this one might be a little controversial. I know not everyone likes to do this. Pay for your groceries with a credit card that gives you rewards. Okay, I've been kind of like iffy on sharing this one with y'all, but I feel like it's time. Okay, we made a decision about 2 years ago now that we were going to stop paying for anything with our bank card. We were going to stop paying for anything with any of the credit cards we had. We paid off everything, okay? And we would switch all of our purchases over to a Southwest reward card. That way we could earn points for flights and take cheaper vacations, okay? And that is what we do. Everything we buy, I mean, of course, car payments and house payment, those come straight from the bank. But anything and everything, bills, groceries, gas, fun, dinners out, everything goes on the Southwest card. And then at the end of the cycle, everything gets paid off, okay? Here's the thing. You have to be really careful with this one, because you can easily spend on that credit card, and then that statement comes in and it's like a oh crap moment, like I don't have that much money to cover what all I spent this month. So you need to track it just like you would track it if it was coming straight out of your bank. But we are earning lots of rewards points, and we're really close to being able to have free companion airfare for next year. So that was our goal. We had free companion airfare a year ago. We just didn't have it this year. But we utilize our points. And so when we flew to the last time we flew as a family of 4, we paid nothing for our flights except for whatever the obligated fee is, which is minimal. I mean, it's a few dollars a person. That's all we paid for our flights. My husband and I have flown to Vegas and back. We didn't pay anything for that except the little mandatory fee. We have enough points right now that if we wanted to take the kids to Disney, or me and my husband wanted to take a couple of trips, we could do that and not pay anything for flights. So we do like to put everything on a credit card that has a rewards program. Again, I know that one's going to be a dicey one because not everyone's in a financial state to do that. So I'm sharing it with you because it is a tip that we do that saves us money. But you know, that's, you know and you know your spending habits. Take that into consideration. So number 7 is we're going to have to start getting creative about how we can reduce our food waste. So we've tried a few things in our house. What I find works best is packing it up for lunches at work. That's the easiest. I don't even give my husband an option of sandwiches anymore. If we have leftovers, I pack it up, we take it to work the next day, we eat it for lunch. However, one thing that I see a lot of YouTubers do that I like as well is have a leftovers day. Like where Sunday is just leftovers day all day long. That we pull, they say pull everything out of the fridge, set it all out, let your kids make a mix mash plate of whatever there is. I like that idea a lot. But I don't normally have a lot of leftovers at the end of the week because we've been taking them for lunch, and our daughter's been taking them for lunch some now that she knows she has a microwave at school. But my other thing would be to say, reduce food waste by learning to make the right amount of food for your family. So if you have a family of 4 and you find you have double the food you need all the time and you're throwing it out, cut your recipes in half. Okay, that's a good one. I do that on a lot of things anymore. I don't cook as much as I used to. I still find we have leftovers. Okay, but get creative. Get creative in reusing what you made. So if I make taco meat and the kids don't eat all the tacos that night, cool. We'll do taco salads. We will do nachos. We'll do something where I can sprinkle that taco meat into it, quesadillas, the next day to finish using up the taco meat from the night before. So reinvent, reuse, freeze. Lots of meals can be frozen and reheated later. Take them as lunches to work. Give them to friends. I have a friend that she is always down for leftovers. I mean, you can tell her like, hey, I made way too much of this and I'll bring it to you, and she's good to go. So if I ever do find that we're not going to eat something, not going to utilize it, I can always give it to my friends. So, you know, consider that. Just consider ways to reduce your food waste. And now the sun's going to peek out and blind me here. Number 8 is meal prep and create extra freezer meals so that you have food ready for nights when you don't want to cook. Okay. I love this one. I love this one. It takes me literally 0 more effort to make 2 bags of marinated chicken and stick one in the freezer, or to make 2 lasagnas and stick one in the freezer. Now, here's my problem. I have the inside freezer, I have the little drawer freezer, and then I have the smallest chest freezer possible. I literally have no room in them to put, like, you know, lots of freezer meals. I could do more marinades and put them in that way, but I don't have the space for that. So what I'm considering doing is, when we remodel my pantry, which is going to happen, I'm considering having shelving along one wall, and then on the other wall having partial shelving, and leaving a space like this for a stand-up freezer. Okay, just one of the small ones from Costco, just a small stand-up freezer that could be used exclusively for freezer meals. And I'm not talking about the ones that are just marinades in a bag that can go in the regular freezer. I'm talking about the ones that I'm gonna make in foil pans and stack them in the tall freezer. I think that would be really helpful. And so it's something I'm considering for 2024. I have not talked to my husband about it. It's not even that I'm really scared about what he'll think about it. My husband's going to do whatever, you know, works best for supporting the goals that we have. And they're not that expensive. So I may even ask for that, like for my Christmas present. Because honestly, guys, I know Christmas, you can ask for things you want, or you can ask for things you need. And to me, like, that's going to make me happy. Having a standing freezer that I can fill up with freezer meals, specifically for those nights like mom's got a fever, or Axton gets sick at school, or we have a game that's running late, or something. There's at least once a week there's something. Being able to call my husband, say, flip the oven onto 350, and then as soon as I get out, I pull out something, I throw it in, and an hour later dinner's ready. Now, I know an hour later dinner's ready, right? That took a long time. I could have just stopped and got hamburgers, but it's homemade food. It's so good. And I'm going to take that hour anyways. I'm probably going to come home and chill out on the couch for a few minutes. I'm going to watch a little TV before I get started on anything else. So, I mean, I can throw the freezer meal in there. Or I can tell him, turn the oven on to 350, pull a thing out and throw it in. It can start heating while the oven's heating. Then it's going to probably take me 20 minutes to get home anyways, at least. So that's kind of something I'm thinking about for 2024. That's a to be continued one, okay? But if you have the extra freezer space, I highly suggest having a few things ready to go so that on nights you don't want to cook. You had a hard day at work. You had a hard day at school. You had just a bad day with the kids. Kids are sick. Husband's sick. Just easy peasy meals, okay? Now, the next one, keep your meal plan simple. So you do not need to add in new recipes all the time. I used to be the worst about this. Even though I've always kept a pretty stocked pantry and one freezer, I was the worst about every week trying to come up with, 2 staple meals and 5 new meals. And I was new mealing my family to death. And not that they didn't like them, but they were hit or miss. And they just got to where, why don't you just make the stuff we like? And so it really did, take me a little while to learn that it is okay to repeat meals or stick to your family favorites. And so we have probably 20 meals that are just in constant rotation. And then maybe a few days a month, I will wing it and kind of change it up a little bit, but I do keep it to those staples, and that helps with your stocking. It helps with your prepping because you can buy the items that you use all the time. And then when you want to change it up a little bit, you have a few random things in your house and you're able to change it up. It's not a big deal. Like my son asking for cheese enchiladas, right? Like I never make cheese enchiladas. And so I had everything I needed to make cheese enchiladas. It's just I hadn't thought about doing it. Or my daughter will say, hey mom, it's been a long time since you've made chicken Florentine. And I can look and say, okay, yeah, I got everything for chicken Florentine. Let's put that together. That's actually a really bad example to use because it has spinach in it and I don't have spinach. I'd have to go to the store for that. But you get what I'm saying. And so what I was doing when I was trying to come up with new meals all the time is then I was having to add more ingredients all the time because there were tons of things I didn't have. And then I would buy all this stuff for one recipe. Then if they didn't end up liking the recipe, I was stuck with 3/4 of the ingredients because everything came in a bigger size than what I needed. So keep it simple. It's okay to stick to the things your family likes. I promise. They're not even going to notice. Like if you're eating the same meal once every 20 days, they're not even going to notice. They're just going to be happy that it's back. So then the last one, I think it's a good tip. I'm not sure how it will work for some people, but break up your grocery budget into smaller chunks to help you track your spending better. So not everyone shops multiple times a month. There are people that shop once for the month, right? So I would say break your grocery budget into two. One part is going to be like 80% of your budget. That's going to be your once a month grocery shop, and then save maybe 20% or 15%, whatever works best for you, for those incidentals you're going to need throughout the month. Okay, extra milk, extra eggs, extra lunch meat, whatever it is, bread, whatever it is. Maybe you buy everything once a month and you never step foot in the grocery store again for the entire month. Maybe. Okay. So, but what I find works best for a lot of the people I know is to break it up into smaller chunks. Have a monthly grocery budget. Let's just pretend it's $200. Easy math, okay? Split it into 4 weeks, $50 a week. You have $50 a week for groceries. Now, are you going to go to the grocery store once in that week, or are you going to go to the grocery store twice in that week? Do you go to 2 different grocery stores? Do you only go to one grocery store? Break it down even smaller, okay? I want $40 of my $50 to be my Kroger budget, and I want $10 to be my Tom Thumb budget because I only buy loss leader items at Tom Thumb. I buy the bulk of my stuff at Kroger. Break it down into manageable chunks and then say, okay, here's what I have to spend here. Here's what I have to spend here. I know a lot of people do cash envelope systems. A lot of people do different things that really help them. And that's great. Again, all my stuff goes on the Southwest card. So the cash envelope system wouldn't work for me because I wouldn't be getting points off of that. But I, for the most part, try to break mine into smaller chunks, $50 a week, but that's not my entire grocery budget. Okay. So I have $50 a week's what I'm trying to spend on groceries. That's $200 a month. My actual budget's $341 because I want that extra $141 a month to be like my stock up stuff or my Sam's Club stuff or whatever else that I want to buy for the month. So that's how I break it down. I'm not being very successful at it right now. As you've seen, I've been struggling a little bit with that because prices have just continued to go up. Inflation's continued to go up. Package sizes have continued to go down. Sales have not been that great. It's been a challenge for the last couple months in particularly. But this month, I'm kind of actually changing things a little bit. I am still trying to spend $341 for the month on groceries and $100 a month on household. But what I've decided to do is I'm really not paying attention to the $50 a week right now. I am paying attention to what's on sale. And so what I'm trying to do is I may have a really big stock up haul the first week of November. But then I'm going to see what I have left for my budget for the month and break that up into the other 3 weeks and say, okay, we spent $200 in week 1. Now we only have $141. Here's how much you have for the last 3 weeks of the month. The reason I'm trying that is we're going into November and December, which are when you're going to see a lot of sales. You're going to see a lot of baking product sales. You're going to see a lot of canned goods sales. You're going to see a lot of maybe turkey and ham sales. Lots of sales coming up. So I want to make sure that I'm just buying the stuff when it's the best price possible and stocking up for a little bit longer term with it than I normally do. So normally if like canned goods were on sale for 49 cents a piece, I might buy like five or six. But this time I bought 20 of each. And so because I haven't seen a 49-cent price point in forever, and I don't know when that's going to come back around, so I'd rather buy it now and not have to pay the money for it later. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm not changing my budget, I'm just changing where the chunks of money are going. And I'm just trying that for November and December, just because, like I said, those are your major stock up months for a lot of things. So looking forward to 2024. Y'all have heard me say, I don't know what I'm going to do with my budget for 2024. I can say this. I think I'm going to maybe make January like a no spend grocery month. Like, I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Y'all know I keep a pretty good stock up of stuff. The problem I've hit right now is I have 3 freezers that are completely full. I don't have room to put anything right now. So even if I did find good deals, I would have to pass them up because I don't have anywhere to put them. So I think what I'm considering doing is continuing to buy like I buy for right now. Get us through December. And then I'm thinking about, like, for January, giving myself like an overall very, very small budget just for, like I said, milk, bread, you know, those type of things that don't last forever like all my other stuff does. So I'm considering that. I'm actually considering 2024 possibly doing no spend month and then doing like the same budget I'm spending this year, $341. Okay. Then the next month doing no spend month and then doing $341 and then doing no spend month and then doing $341. That would slash my grocery budget in half for 2024. But here's the kicker. I'm going to go through a lot more of my stock that way, and I'm going to miss restock deals. So it's still in the works what I think I want to do for 2024, because I want to talk to my husband about it. I want to see, here's where we're at. Here's where I think I could take us. Let's see what we think. Okay. So that's it. That's what I got for today. So there's 10 more tips. Like I said, stay tuned for next week's video. The tips and tricks video next week will be about creating those own seasoning mixes in bulk in the mason jars. And so I'll show you what all is going. I've got 8 different mixes we're going to go through. I'm going to show you how to make each mix. I will pin recipes where I can, where it's applicable, because some of them are just recipes I've found years ago. I don't even know where I got it from. I've just never done this. And then we're going to label the mason jars, and I'll show you how much of each one to use and all of that good stuff. So that's all I got for today. I hope you found these tips and tricks handy, and I will see you in the next video.